What is happening? Good morning. My God, look at that hair. Oh, there we go. Much, much, much better. I hope everybody is doing well. Welcome to March 31st, 2021. And this is the last day. Actually, I am missing some light. There you go. A little bit more light is needed always. We always could use a little bit more light in our life. Okay. Yes, Ben Brown, that music is wonderful. I seriously, I heard it and it was just so perfect. It was so perfect. Good job, Josh Sperry. So, it is the day before opening day. I'm tempted to even do like a "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" poem, and I'm not going to do that, but very tempted. That's what's really important. I'm just looking forward to doing this podcast and live stream where there's like exciting things. I'm like I get the feeling of, oh man, I can't wait for the live stream to talk about that thing that happened yesterday. The beard is still here. It's not much of a beard, Michael. It's, I probably will shave in like a week, something like that. Is that reasonable? That sounds reasonable to me. But all right, let's get started. So the process, if you guys know, and hey, thanks for the follow. The process, as you guys know, is I essentially just double check all the news, make sure there's nothing I'm going to forget. And then in normal times, it's the streaming picks of the day. Right now, there are none. There are no games to watch today too, so we can't even discuss that. We actually like know things and they're final now, which is pretty cool. I am going to check out the Twitter news channel, and just to double check, I haven't forgotten anything. What is this? What did you guys post in the Discord? Oh my God, Ben Brown, the daily thing. Well, there are no sports, and I mean there were sports, I guess, technically today as Michigan lost, and I'm very sad about that. If you guys don't know, my sister went to Michigan, so they're the only college team that I root for, and they lost last year. Oh no, that's not supposed to be the case. Actually, this is just a lower one. It's not that far. It's not. This one isn't down. Okay. For a moment, you had me worried. All right. Okay. Fortunately, I have the mic in the way for the most part. I saw that you messaged me. Is it? Yeah, we'll talk about that after the stream. If that's all right, Chew. Can we talk about Dylan Cease's game from yesterday? Sure can, Sims. And let's take a look at it really quickly as I get situated for the morning. Okay. Why did I go to Detroit? Why did I just assume that Cease was Detroit? I don't know. Sweet, they have StatCast. Okay. So we're probably looking at the wow, 43% CSW. Are you serious? Every single pitch thrown by Dylan Cease yesterday. That is a changeup, knuckle curve, slider, and four-seamer had at least, the lowest was a 33% CSW. But he's still averaging 97.5, which was his year average last year. What I am curious though is where was everything? So let's do that. So four-seamers generally up, but that's good. And when he tried to go down, he did. Wow, this is surprisingly good. And then slider, not excellent, but not bad. Like I expected this to be worse than it is. Knuckle curve is still a piece of work. Like knuckle curve is not there yet. It has its moments, but it's not finished at all. And the last one is changeup. Changeup is still blech. Michael, I was kind of thinking the same thing. I actually watched yesterday's game against the um, against the Brewers for that reason, and he got torched. He wasn't there. Smiley looked great. Smiley's there. I know reports on velocity, but I just watched the game against the Red Sox, and no one mentioned velocity once, and it just killed me. But his curveball's looking great. He's hitting his spots. Like, I'm very much in on Smiley still. Yeah. I'd be tempted even to push him over the 60s, but I mean, I think it's where I have him ranked is very competitive, and you should be drafting him at the end still. Any thoughts about Tanner Houck and potentially having 2 starts versus Baltimore this week? Why would he do that? He's not in the rotation, is he? Did that change? I was under the impression that Houck was missing the start of the season. Did he win it over Pivetta? So they moved. Okay, they moved Eduardo to the injured list. Okay. I see. So they're moving Tanner Houck. What, to the number 2 spot? TBD for game 2 now? Oh. Yeah. I think that's an incredible play, man. You guys are awesome. Yeah. I mean, this is the funniest thing, right? I've been studying the schedules forever. And the final day before I'm changing things. Yes, Tanner Houck would possibly, I mean, he'd either be tier 12 or tier 10. There's a part of me that even wants to say tier 9. But yeah, 100%. You should be. I would love an ad of Tanner Houck against the Orioles. I think he can do really well against that. He has such a good slider. He's going second for ERA. That's what they're saying. Cool. I'll add that to the notes. So we got to figure out some catchphrases, guys. What should be the first thing I tell y'all? What should be the last thing I say to y'all? I feel like, this is us in the morning. It's a completely different vibe than the rest of the day. So I've been trying to think of I don't know. I want to say good morning to you guys specifically. Namaste. No, I'm not gonna do namaste. And by the way, if someone's watching who is a Twitch savant, knows the ins and outs and stuff, and wants to help add all the badges and emotes and everything like that, please just message me into the Discord if you want to help out with that stuff. Because I know that we can add cool things now that we have enough subscribers and stuff. So, please message me on Discord if you want to do that. P&L report stat. It's a PAL. Pitcher and list. PAL. All right. You are my pals. No, I'm not. I don't know if I want to do that. You guys let me know. I don't think so though. Should I throw Heaney 2 starts or go with Woodgren in a mixed 12-teamer? Depends on what you want. If you look at your team and think I need more wins and strikeouts, really more strikeouts, yeah, you go Heaney. If you feel like you need more, you need to just help out the ERA and whip and saves, the big dogs hunt, then I would go Woodgren, because Heaney has 2 really rough starts that I don't expect him to do well in the ERA front at all. Is this the room where you watch baseball games? This is sometimes. I mean, I have a living room out there. If I'm sitting down watching a game and just hanging out, that's where I go. If I want to gift stuff, I want to be active at the same time. I got monitor here, monitor there. It's a cool thing. Probably I'll have I'll put my laptop over here or something like that for another game. Is Carlos Martinez doing anything different this spring? Do you know what his opponents are? Wait, what his opponents score? Hey Mos, I'm sorry. Carlos Martinez, from my understanding, is throwing 94. That's the best report I can get. His opponent score. That's really high. That's awesome. Thanks, Felix, for that. Listeners assemble. No, but that's from Marvel. That's Marvel. We got it. We can think of something. I believe in us as a group. I'd probably just say good morning, baseball fans. Is it NOLA Day? I'm going to live like it's NOLA Day. All right. I'm going to get going on this. The starting lineup right now. Ben Brown, you are hilarious. Matthew McConaughey, 3. All right. The Dylan Cease thing is very interesting. And I'm going to report on it. Who does Dylan Cease get? What are they doing? No, this isn't. Are they going to show me the... Oh, my God. Where's the line of... I'm trying to find, like, Dylan Cease's line. Oh, there we go. Box score. The new Savant is throwing me off. I think it's better once I get used to it, but... I'm just not there. 11 strikeouts? Jesus. Oh, this was against the Rockies, and they're 9 cores. I mean, did anyone do anything except for Trevor Story? Trevor Story struck out twice. CJ Crone hit a home run because he's CJ Crone. He's the one hit probably off of Dylan Cease. Yeah. That's like the only... It's Trevor Story and CJ Crone are the only respectable bats in that lineup. And they went 1 for 3 with a home run. Oh, I'm sorry. Charlie Blackmon. I should take that back. Caesar Trevor Rogers to start the year. I think I'm still going to go Trevor Rogers. I don't want to start Cease against the Angels. And I would start Trevor Rogers against the Giants. I will say, if Cease is truly fixed, which, again, I am not saying he is. If you remember before, he had starts that were good, you know? Josh, please. Hey, sluggers. Oh, my God. But Dylan Cease gets the Royals and Cleveland twice in his 2nd through 4th starts. It's a risk. I'm gonna talk about it inside of this. It's a huge risk. Okay, Antone could work. No, I don't, and I'm not against Antone. Alzolay or Hawk. I mean, this is what I want to live like NOLA Day. I love it. This is why I constructed the list as I did this past week. It's in those tiers. So if you want like more long-term like excitement, I would say Alzolay. I would imagine Hawk isn't going to last in it as much as I want him to. I get the feeling that the Red Sox are not going to, they want to limit him a bit. So if you want to get the first start against the Orioles and you need that more, go for Hawk. If you kind of want to take a chance that's a player that could be breaking out, then you go Alzolay. Jeff D fan, I think that's what, it's a little small, so I can't see it. It's also green you got. But whoever gets that 5th spot in Oakland, it's a really bad first 2 starts. We're talking Astros and Dodgers. I don't want to start them, so I'm not actually picking up whoever that is. I haven't seen any sort of confirmation either. I'll let you know if I find it. But I'm going to go back to Twitter news. Let's actually see performances from yesterday. Does Fangraphs have this updated yet? I really hope they did. They don't. All right, fine. Okay. So let me do this. Let me just look from yesterday. Was there anything of interest from yesterday? I'm just going to go box score hunting for a second. Because there's only a few games. Brew Baker, nothing of note. Shoemaker, nothing of note. I am curious, though. What did Brew Baker do? Yeah, it's not enough. It is nice to see 33% CSW on his four-seamer. But that sinker is just... Like, he better have gotten outs with it. That's way too edible. Slider's looking good, though. Really good at getting that glove side. And four-seamer he got up. So he's using his four-seamer as a whiff pitch, which is interesting. I mean, it's what you want to see. With Brew Baker. Yeah, 3 whiffs on that. Sorry, yeah, no, only 2 whiffs. Yeah, Brew Baker, I think, still isn't really quite the thing. Pitcher, I know, I thought about that. Listers, almost like listeners. I actually had that thought too. I like it. Felix is just, it's sadly awkward. Heaney is number 2. Heaney's number 2. Big Dogs Hunt. Bundy's opening day. We actually have an April Fool's Day thing, Eric. I don't know if I want to spoil it. But it is a specific article. I'll say that. Put on your tiaras and pour yourself a cup of schmo, and here's the first pitch. I'll think about it. I'll have something prepared for tomorrow, I hope. Box score with the Rays and... So Casey Mize went again. And lovely, we have Savant for this. Oh, Waka pitched in this game too. Waka, oh no. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, I remember all the hype about like Waka throwing like 95, 96 on average. He was down to 95, 93.6. That's the 93.5. That was actually slightly below his average last year. Yeah, we don't sell these anymore. These are limited edition. We'll be doing stuff like this. We'll be giving away like, or like offering like older merch this year too, which is cool. Mrs. Pitcherless 3.0 and 4.0 mug. But let's see. The only thing of note, a Brew Baker shoemaker. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, one makes coffee, the other shoes. Oh man, I should call JT the coffee, like Folgers, because he's a brew baker. No, it's not brew maker. What is what is like a coffee pastry? Coffee cakes? Should I call JT Brew Baker coffee cakes? I love coffee cakes. Oh man, you guys are naming pastries, but those aren't like coffee pastries. Brew Baker. Oh my god. Mr. Coffee Cakes over here. Oh, that's true. Tiramisu has some coffee things, yeah. Crumpets. No, I'm 100%. Yeah, that's gonna be the SP roundup. Okay, Colin McHugh went, and Colin McHugh, yeah, is just a reliever. Okay, for the Tigers. Oh, Fulmer pitched. Look at that. God, it's like a constant reminder of how just... Hey, look at... Okay. He's back to averaging 95, 96 on his heater. Finally. Last year was 93 and change. Now, he only threw 3, actually he threw 5 total. So I'm just going to stop with that. Casey Mize went back to the cutter, thankfully, but only 20% CSW, which is not what you want. I mean, I'm only box score hunting. I didn't watch this one, but it's not what I want to see. The fact that he threw 10 splitters and had 20% CSW. I'm going to look at their locations now, but it's not what you want. So splitter. I mean, that's actually decent. Well, that's supposed to be arm side, not glove side. So he missed on a lot of them, and he consistently missed with a lot of them. His 4-seamers got the middle of the plate. Cutters. Oh, that's interesting. That's not where the cutter should be. I mean, it can work there. It's down and in. Yeah, I'm not in on Casey Mize, guys. I think there's just too much to fix. Braves and Red Sox. Oh, yeah, I watched this game. What am I doing? I watched this game. Perez had to get the Braves. He was pitching okay. I think he's okay for the Orioles. Oh, yeah, and Soroka got in there. He got a save, which is pretty funny to me. Brewers and Rangers. I watched this too with Fulton Evans. He got smoked. Nothing else of note. Taylor Widener. Oh, yeah, okay. So I do want to talk about Taylor Widener for a second. Okay, I'm going to write this stuff down. Talk about Mike Fulton-Nevich, JT Brubaker, Casey Mize, Drew Smiley. And I got to write all these out. So you got to understand. So, like, what is the First Pitch Podcast? If you guys have never actually listened to it before in season. Felix. If you never listened to it in season, then essentially, like the heart of it for me is me, essentially reciting the SB Roundup, or like extrapolating on it, and I'm going to essentially have a feel for that today, which is really fun because I feel kind of lost if it's not that. And in many ways, I mean, this is like these are the most important spring training starts you'll find, because it's like, it's not about experimenting now. It's about like, hey, showcase that you know what you're doing, please. So you don't get rocked when you start the season. Don't care about Shoemaker. Yeah, where's Casey Mize? Box score. Drew Smiley did well at 4.2 innings, 0 runs, 6 hits. Oh yeah, there was a dropped ball by their shortstop. Who was that? That was Adrianza, I believe. And then where is Fulton-Nevich? 4 innings, 6 runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, 6 Ks. Wow, that's just the sign of the devil. I want to talk about Taylor Widener. By the way, correct me if I'm wrong. Felix, that's Jordan, right? Just so I'm not going crazy. Someone say yes or no. Where's the plat emoji when you need it? Oh, I gotta add that. I guess clearly. I think Felix is Felix. Okay. Just Felix. Oh, I'm sorry, Felix. I have a pair of shoes I might like. I thought so too. Scratch a magician, but no, the Mets made a good deal then for Cespedes. Taylor Wilander did that. Aaron Savali. Wait, I'm actually. It's okay. We don't really need to focus on Savali. We know what Savali is kind of. Quintana is not good, and Dustin May. Wow. I'm actually really shocked. I'm really shocked he went 5.1 innings. And keep in mind, if you have Dustin May in your fantasy team and every single start is 5.1 innings, I don't think I'm happy. Like, you want a game of 6 innings. You know, you want him to be able to go like deeper into a game. He needed 85 pitches, which the Dodgers aren't going to let him go more than 85. You only had 1 walk, too, so he had to, like, earn it. Cespedes? Oh, yeah, Cespedes. I love Cespedes, man. I've always been a fan. I estimated that. And then I do want to see. Like, I want to see. I mean, I'm probably going to watch, like, a lot of this later on. But I'm just going to do. I do quick things here with Savant. I am shocked. Okay. Yeah, so. Oh, well, that's actually. You know what? That's actually very interesting. So, if you guys know the rhetoric I've been spitting about Dustin May, it's that Dustin May does not have a whiff pitch, right? He just throws 2-seamers, they're hittable. And I don't really trust that, like, you know, him starting is going to be anything more than 20%. Strikeout rate, you're essentially hoping for not even Kyle Hendricks, because Kyle Hendricks goes deeper into games. Yeah, like a discount Kyle Hendricks, but it's kind of hard because you don't know when you're going to get those innings, and then is he going to start, is he not? And it's just not really worth it to go after it. Dustin May is throwing a 4-seamer. He threw it 19 times. He had 4 whiffs on it. That may be a ticket to Whiff Town. It is kind of funny to see him like lower, like a tick and a half lower in velocity and be averaging 96 and 98. So don't worry about. Excuse me, don't worry about that. I want to see where his 4-seamer was. How was he using this? Oh no. Oh man, it's like all over the place. I mean, can I here? I think I can do this. Can I show you guys? Look at this. Do you see? Do you see this? Like, it's all over the place. This is not. I mean, this is what you want if it's like you're just trying to throw a slider for a strike or something like that. If you're throwing a 4-seamer specifically off of your sinker, you don't want anything down here. That's where your sinker goes. 4-seamers stay up here. You think it's a, you essentially you think this is a sinker, so you just down. I mean, you can make a case to throw it here at times because then they think it's going to go lower than that, and then you got them. But honestly, like, just throw. If you can constantly get your sinkers here, you're going to be successful. That's why. Oh, this is not called 2-seamer. It's called a sinker. Where's Dustin Mize? See, this is really good. This is kind of where you want to land with sinkers all the time. So I understand you get a ton of called strikes down here. I can actually do called strikes on sinkers. Is right here, right? You can take a look. We can look at swing strikes on his 4-seamer. Right. This is the point I'm trying to make. This is where you want Dustin May to be throwing 4-seamers. But then you see all of them, and all of a sudden, wait, what are these? I feel like that meme from Hercules. What are those? Those are mistakes. Those are not what he wants to do. So, like, I want Dustin May to get to that point, but he's not, you know? All right. Hamos, I did not get that shoes joke. What What is the earliest we see George Kirby in the Mariners rotation? No idea. I think Logan Gilbert would be first, right? So we'll see. Strickland. Oh man, I've lost on the Hunter Strickland tangent. No way. Oh, he's inside of the Webster Dictionary. That's hilarious. Big Dog Hunt. Ha! So I can call you guys like Hunter Stricklands. That's funny. Dobnak top 50 upside when he gets into the rotation. Twins seem to have confidence in him. Maybe. It's a question of I don't really know how good that slider is yet. It had its moments last year, but I wouldn't really think about it much because honestly, like the Twins have 5 right now. Shoemaker's going to pitch until he's hurt. So is J Happ. So is Pineda. So is Maeda. So is Barrios. There's no reason for them to interrupt it. I don't think any of them are going to pitch so badly that Dobnak forces his way in. Dobnak could have K upside if that slider is improved. That's the question, Felix. I will always quote Sammy Reed, though. How do you spell Dobnak with 1 K? I think that's freaking brilliant. Anyway, so that's what my worry there is about Dustin May. I hope you guys understand that. And it hasn't fixed itself yet. And I think that's all right. I'll look at Savali quickly, and I will also look at more. All right, so Savali. Not a good start. Cutters and curveballs combined for 17% CSW. Those are the pitches that are supposed to be like the breadwinners of CSW. Changeup though, huh? Got some whiffs. Yeah, this wasn't a good outing. I mean, I watched some of it. It was fine, but like, Savali should be better than this. He's also thrown softer than I like. I mean, yeah, he's not like a hard throwing guy, but he's still, he's not pushing it. I was kind of hoping that with the new arm circle, he was maybe going to be pushing 92, 93. He's at 91 and change. Has Severino been thrown? I have no idea. I mean, yes. The answer is yes. Like, to some degree, but to say that he's been throwing has no impact on the trajectory. Oh, Savali? Interesting point there, Irish Powder Monkey. What a name. How does that happen? How do you one day be like, yes, it's going to be Irish, it's going to be Powder, it's going to be Monkey? I'm just impressed. It's kind of like there's an XKCD that obviously there's an XKCD for everything, but one that's always stuck with me is actually he's right about like strong passwords are not about unique characters, because anyone that's trying to break it is going to utilize all of the characters. It's not going to like favor letters over symbols or whatever. So the strongest one is just the longest, and it's just helpful if you have like a phrase. So it's horse battery staple, and there's another word in there that I forgot, but I got horse battery staple. But if you remember horse battery staple, that's really long, and like that's a lot easier to remember than just like 15 random characters. So Irish Powder Monkey, I feel like that's your password. It's a good one. It's a really good one. The smart people are the ones that essentially take like 3 words and then incorporate the individual website somewhere inside of it. So you have a password that's like, I don't know, yeah, let's say it's Irish Powder, and then you write Twitch and then Monkey, and that's your password, and that's a unique one. So if they get that one, they won't have the others. But you know what it is. It's just Irish Powder, Twitch, Monkey. Password managers, I don't like using password managers. I don't know. You just have a system. That's all. Am I nervous by Ian Anderson's poor spring? No. Shouldn't you address us as the openers? Ooh. That's really good, Physics Man. That's the best I've heard. Welcome, openers. Oh, that's really good. I might consider that. That's the best I've seen today. Can I get an internet security tip? Uh, I don't have them. Coffee is for closers, though. Is it? Okay. I am going to now do the. Oh man, it's already 9:10. Jesus, I really. All right. Well, there isn't much as far as news. It's just players from yesterday. Okay, Tanner Hawk. Blah blah blah. Andrew Vaughn has made the team. Yeah, how high is Andrew Vaughn going in drafts now? It's kind of ridiculous. Fernando Valdez news is very, very exciting and very good. Like, what? Okay. Ugh, that's so annoying. George Springer still. Jays have yet to put. Right? Is that right? George Springer not on your IL yet? I gotta check. I haven't been in the league. Ugh, he's still day to day. This is so frustrating. Good morning. Glad to have you here, the Gladys. The Glad Ice. I'm going to say it's the Gladys, though. I'm going to say that. Yeah, he should be. It's just I want the Jays to put him on the IL so I can add someone else. Oh, I have no idea about estimating Kelenick's numbers. I am the last person to ask about that. I mean, I would say Kelenic probably arriving, 3 weeks into the season, something like that. Maybe early May. And then I hope he does well. But yeah, I am not the guy to ask. I'm sorry. But Barnes is ready for opening day. So it looks like Franchy Cordero is good to go, right? Good to go. It was interesting. Like, he fell off in ADP because we all thought he would not be ready in time. But TJ Antone is, but he's not going to be starting. And okay, that's enough of that. Now let's just check anything else that I missed with NBC Edge. Sliders. No. Oh, I wanted to check out Widener. I didn't do that. Okay. Huh. David Peterson's going third against the Nationals. And now Walker's fourth. Doesn't really change much. It's the Nationals or Phillies. Like, I guess I slightly favor pitching against the Nationals over the Phillies. Fast is not going to be streaming on the weekends. Fern, sorry. He might be every so often. Yeah. Fast is a busy man. And I wasn't, I'm giving him the option to do that if he likes. But I mean, look, I've got this whole setup. I've got this whole thing. He does not. I hope I'm good enough for you for 5 days a week. Just joking. Okay. I don't have as much faith in Peterson as most Mets fans. I mean, it really comes down to a slider. If he has it early, that's really good. I understand not wanting to start him in the first one. I think if he looks good in that one, you should be able to trust him for the second. I'm just double checking everything here, guys, before I record this podcast. Brian McTaggart is saying, okay, so April 13th. So right, that's a start later than we expected, right? Wasn't it? Because first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 16th. 16th, 14th. Yeah, so that is against Detroit. It's not against Oakland. That doesn't help Urquidy. That helps Greinke. Now he gets this one. Oh, because they have that off day, it might be Greinke against Detroit. Then yeah, okay, I understand. They have 2 off days, so essentially, I think Odorizzi will slot between Greinke and McCullers ultimately. Where would Logan? Well, 33 Legend. That's not a fair question. Not a fair question, because you have to, like, if you're asking if it's a best ball league, where would Logan Webb rank? Well, that's a completely different story, and it's not how I work. I'm sorry I can't give you a better answer, but like, the list is dependent on schedules, especially early on, because the list is like a product of my strategies and philosophies of playing fantasy baseball. If you're asking like just a pure skill set, I mean, I don't quite know yet. You know, I'm very excited about his changeup. But Logan Webb, he did not have a good fastball last year. Did not have a good breaking ball. Like, it was very much like shoving, and all of a sudden it's nice to have that one major pitch that does look like it's pushing everything else. But like, we don't know yet. We really just don't know. So he's a flyer, really. But I do want to emphasize enough, like a ton, the importance. You know, it's why I, like, twice I did things. Like, in the Ultimate Guide, I emphasize multiple lines saying, like, it's not a best ball. Like, you have to incorporate schedule into your approach in fantasy baseball. Like, you are just shooting yourself in the foot if you're not. Because it's literally, like, it changes stat lines, you know? The other aspect is understanding how I craft the list. I even like added that please read this part alone because it explains like tiers 9 through 12. We don't have unlimited pickups, so less flexibility in making pickups and drops. Well, I would be like Webb is part of tier 9 because he is part of that. Okay, we have a good scenario to take a flyer on him, and then we could throw him back. You know? All East pitchers are cursed this year. Why are you saying that? Scratch and Magician. With Price and Gonsolin both in the pen to start the year, which of the two will enter the rotation first? I'm going to guess it's going to be Price, considering his veteran status. Oh, I see. Kinda. Like Braves and Mets and Yankees and Jays are like all top tier. Then you have second tier of Boston, and then third tier is maybe second tier Rays, but I kind of want to say third tier Rays, Phillies, Washington. And then Orioles. Well, then Marlins. Actually, Orioles and Marlins in the last tier, yeah. So, yeah, Phillies could be in that second tier. I haven't quite decided yet. Yeah, I just want to get the coffee done. Thanks, man. All right, so guys, I I'm going to finish up the news now. If you have any questions you want me to answer on the cast, please. I'm going to take like one or two, maybe a couple more. Leave them now so I can copy them in. And then I'm going to just go and record. So please, and then like at the end, I'll be around till like 10 and change today. So if you have any other questions you want to answer, you want to talk, whatever, I'll be here. So leave your questions now inside the chat that you want me to answer on the podcast. Cool. I'm just going to double check the last bits of news to make sure I'm not missing anything major. Rodon has added a curveball. All that kind of stuff. I'm like, all right, when I see it, I'll see it. And this stuff is almost from when I last did it. Ask your questions now or forever hold your peace. All right. So, no questions today. That's fine. That's fine. You guys got them all out, and that's okay. I'm going to start the podcast now. So, all right. Well, I mean, healed by opening day. Like, that's tomorrow. That's water. You need water before these podcasts, man. Stop this. All right, here we go. Let's move this. Let's put this here. Okay. What is happening? Welcome to the First Pitch Podcast, your morning podcast from pitcherlist.com. My name is Nick Pollock. Today is March 31st, and we are going to talk about baseball. Yes, we are one day away from opening day. If you are wondering, I am doing a live stream tomorrow from 1 p.m. through the entire day watching baseball. Come join me on twitch.tv/pitcherlist, where I am live right now as I record my First Pitch podcast. I'll be doing it every Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time. So please come on by, hang out. Let's enjoy some coffee together. But yeah, I hope to see you guys tomorrow, Thursday, 1 p.m. through the entire day as we watch baseball for the first time in so long. I cannot wait. Oh, man. Anyway, of course, guys, if you're not getting PL Plus, you should be there. Go to pitcherlist.com/plus. Support the site. Support these podcasts. You get an incredible Discord with over 800 members now, an ad-free site, all this really cool stuff. Player notifications on the site, which is really cool. You can get notified when an article comes out about your favorite player. But anyway, I digress. We have some news. Not much, but some news before opening day hits. Tanner Houck is likely starting the second game for the Red Sox against the Orioles for Eduardo Rodriguez. I like that start against the Orioles. I actually might make him the streaming pick of the day on Friday. So consider it. I don't think that Houck is going to last a long time. I think once Eduardo comes back, he's going to displace Houck. I think the Red Sox want to limit his innings a bit. But I do like that start. That slider is really, really good. Andrew Vaughn and Jake Lamb have made the opening day roster for the White Sox. Lamb is a very intriguing, super deep AL-only stash or option there. Andrew Vaughn, of course, is going now top 200 NFBC, as the Twitch chat reminded me. So I am intrigued about Vaughn. Hopefully he does come out of the gate swinging well. Framber Valdez is progressing with his injury. The quote is, "It is very, very exciting and very good." I hope you could hear my rabbit quotes as I did that. His finger has apparently shown significant healing. I don't know. If I'm going to be quoting more songs like Significant Healing, I'm just joking here, but is he going to return in the next couple of weeks? Probably not. Whenever he does actually fully heal, that means then he needs to ramp up again, whenever that is. Maybe we're looking at a May return. I don't know. It's hard to interpret that quote, but yes, he does become an IL stash. The Jays have yet to put George Springer on the IL, and this is one of the most frustrating parts about the day before opening day, because you're just waiting for those IL spots to open up. Essentially, that you can get someone else on your bench, put Springer on the IL, but now he's day-to-day, and it's frustrating. So I feel your pain as you're waiting for that move to be made. Matt Barnes is ready for opening day and should be closing for the Red Sox. And same for Franchi Cordero, not of course closing, but expect him to be in that lineup pretty soon for the Red Sox. And that's a lot of, intriguing upside there with Franchi. And lastly, Jake Odorizzi could be making his Astros debut on April 13th against the Tigers. I think that's a great start. It is 2 weeks away, though, so keep that in mind. Maybe, as I mentioned yesterday, you don't go after Jake Odorizzi now. He's on the wire, and then you can get a good Tanner Hawk start or someone else early on, and then swap it for Odorizzi. Play your league, see how that is going. Whew. All right. Morning, Dr. Boom. Let's, I'm ending this out. Okay. Whew. This is what happens when I drink coffee. I get more saliva. And I feel like my words are slurrier. I can't enunciate as well as I want. It's a little more too loose. All right. Anyway. Thanks, T-Rich. It's really fun. I gotta say, I've really thoroughly enjoyed these morning streams with y'all, and I really can't wait once it's in season where there are so many things to report on too. But all right, let's get to the back half of this podcast. Here we go. So moving forward, I am obviously going to be talking about the games ahead and the games that happened previously, and we do have some interesting performances from yesterday. So I'm going to go over the major starters from Tuesday's games. We have Dylan Cease going 5.1 innings, 100 runs, 6 hits, 0 walks, and 11 strikeouts. 43% CSW on the day is ridiculously good. Remember, with CSW, you're aiming for 30%. That's generally the good category. If you get 35% through the entire season, you are elite. 43% in a single game, and he didn't throw few pitches. We're talking over 85 here in this one for Dylan Cease. Fantastic start. Now, it was against Rocky Road. That is Colorado Rockies, not inside of Coors. Trevor Story had 2 plate appearances and struck out both of them. The only other really significant guy was CJ Cron, and guess what? He hit a home run. 0-for-2 for Charlie Blackmon. I mean, not a strong lineup by any means. Still, to see across all 4 pitches, that is his four-seamer, his changeup, his slider, his knuckle curve, Cease had a 33% CSW at its lowest. Very, very intriguing. I think there's still room to grow with fastball command a little bit. Slider was getting there. It's not quite the finished package, I think. I know it's an amazing start, and he does get some nice matchups. That is, he gets the Angels first. I'm not going to necessarily start him there, but it's the Royals and then Cleveland twice after. And look, if he's looking solid with command against the Angels, I'd feel more confident with those other 3. I don't mind taking Dylan Cease as a flyer. It's up to you if you want to take the chance in that first start. But I would be surprised if he goes the full 6 innings. There might be some... Yeah, it's a little different pitching against the Angels than it is a worse Rocky lineup that is already hurting, especially not inside of Coors. Mike Foltynewicz was in my tier 12 on the list on Monday, and essentially tier 12 is someone to consider that first weekend, considering they have an easy matchup. Foltynewicz gets the Royals. However, yesterday against the Brewers, 4 innings, 6 earned runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, 6 Ks. Not what you wanted to see from Mike Foltynewicz. He's not throwing as hard as I want him. 95 is not bad, but it's not the upper 90s that we've seen in the past from him. And he did have some nice sliders in that game. It's still not quite polished, and I think it's too risky to go against the Royals. JT Brubaker, or actually as we've now calling him, Coffee Cakes, because it's brews And Baker, okay, he's brewing some coffee. 5 innings pitches, 1 earned run, 1 hit, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Good sliders, glove side. I'm not liking what I'm seeing out of his sinker, though. I think it's still too hittable. And it's a little too risky early on in the season. But hey, play the right matchups. If he has a good one, I think you're okay with Brubaker. Casey Mize, 4.2 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 hits, 1 walk, and 6 Ks. I'm just not seeing enough across the repertoire here for me to get excited about Casey Mize. I don't think he's the kind of guy that you want to be going for out of the gate. Drew Smiley, 4.2 innings, 0 earned runs, 6 hits, 0 walks, and 4 Ks. I think he looked really good. I got no reports of his velocity, but really good curveballs along the way against the Red Sox. I watched a good amount of this start. He had 2 unearned runs. I think you should feel really confident with Drew Smiley. That was a good Red Sox lineup yesterday. Smiley, he did his thing against them. Martin Perez was on the other side of it. 5.0 innings, 4 earned runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. That was against the Braves, though, and Martin Perez might be getting the Orioles. Something to consider there. I think I would be okay with it in deeper leagues, starting Perez against the Orioles opening weekend. Taylor Widener went 5.2 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. He had moments of bliss here. There were some at-bats, like, for example, against Josh Naylor, throwing 96 down and away, fouled off, followed by 86 of a slider inside that messed up Naylor. There are moments there that make you think, maybe Taylor Widener really is an interesting upside play. I mean, look at that line, 5.2 innings, 2 earned runs, 7 Ks. It's a risky play, and there is a part of me that feels like at least he should have been in the fringe table. The Diamondbacks have a very, very rough schedule out of the gate, so don't go chasing Widener right now. Something to consider if he is getting more consistency on the changeup and essentially command of that four-seamer. It's interesting. I'm going to give him that. It was better than I expected for Widener. Dustin May, 5.1 innings, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. So here's the thing with May. I showcased this on the stream a bit. The main criticism I've had about May, outside of course Dodgeritis being a thing and all that, is that he doesn't have a whiff pitch. And the main discussion this spring has been, well, he's got this four-seamer now. And yes, he did get some whiffs on it, and that was really cool, over 30% CSW on those four-seamers. But if you look at where he actually placed them yesterday, it was all around the strike zone. And you generally don't want that, especially with a guy that is throwing sinkers and you want those down. And he got a ton of called strikes on sinkers down, which is kind of the Bassett way, and that's what you expect from Dustin May. But you want to pair that with four-seamers. Guess what? Nick Pollock is going to say you want four-seamers elevated. And if you look at the 4 whiffs that May got on his four-seamer, they were elevated. But if you look at the entire chart, everything else is middle or down, and it's just not what you're looking for. Meanwhile, the other pitches weren't getting the whiffs. That is the slider, if you want to call it the cutter or the curveball. It's not quite what we want. 5.1 innings, just under 90 pitches. I feel like we're not going to see a ton of 6 innings from Dustin May. Is he even going to go? I mean, this is a hint saying, like, yes, Dustin May is going to be a full starter in that 5th start, which is very good news if you have rostered May. But yeah, I still am worried for the long term. He is worthy of your pickup, absolutely, in a 12-teamer just for that first start. And just kind of seeing where it goes, but do not expect to be holding on tight to Dustin May through April and beyond. And lastly, there was Jose Quintana, and he got rocked for 600 runs. I mean, that's really it. Quintana does benefit from the best schedule of anyone on that Angels rotation. He is apparently 6th in that rotation right now, but it is a bad first start, and then he gets 3 decent ones. I'd still be hesitant against the decent ones, so be very, very careful there. All right. Did you guys ask a question? Let's see. No. Oh, look, I got spam. Oh, man. We already know how to get bots. Okay, here we go. But that's going to do it for today's edition of the First Pitch Podcast. As always, go to pitcherlist.com/plus to sign up for PL Plus. You should be here, hang out with our community. It is amazing. Seriously, it's one of my favorite things that we've created here at Pitcherlist is the unbelievable Discord. Fantasy help, Twitter news. Essentially, we just get news updates on it. You have daily lineups as they come out, notifications for all of our articles and podcasts, and all the kind of stuff you want in one amazing hub. and all the advice you could ever want. And support us, support what we're doing here. An ad-free website you get as well. So go to pitchwizz.com/plus, support the podcast, support what we do. We hope to see you inside the Discord. And yeah, I hope to see you on Twitch too. This is really, really fun. I'm enjoying these live streams I do every single morning. So hope to see you there too. But that is going to do it for today's edition of the First Pitch Podcast. My name is Nick Pollock, and that is everything you need to know. I got to get rid of that habit of pushing away the microphone. I mean, normally, like back in the day when I would do it, I would be able to smell my my 11 o'clock breakfast essentially, because like after the podcast, essentially I am done. But I gotta get out of that habit. All right, let me do the edits I need to do. There's one over here. If you guys want to see this part, by all means, I'll put this down for you. And then swap it for Odorizzi. See how that is going. I'll do that for you too, so you can hear what I'm doing. See how that is going. I think that's all right. That's a break. Start it back up here. So moving forward, I am obviously going to be talking about the games league. See how that is going. So moving forward, no, that's a little too long. So moving is going. So moving forward, I am. That's fine. I'd still be hesitant against the decent ones. So be very, very careful there. All right. That's going to do it for today's edition. But that's going to do it for today against the decent ones. So be very, very careful there. All right. But that's going to do. No, I don't like that I said all right. Why'd I do that? All right. Can I do this? Be careful there. But that's going to do. Nah. There are. Can I get a little pause? Careful there. But that's going to do it for today's. Careful there. But that's going to do it. We're so close. Careful there. But that. It's just this little guy. Very careful there. But that's going to do it for today's. That might work, right? I'd still be hesitant against the decent ones. So be very, very careful there. But that's going to do it for today's edition. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. Okay. Pollock. And that is everything you need to know. Ta-da. All right. So then I apply the chains. Fat audio. What mic do I use? So this is an SM7B. I essentially spoiled myself when I made this new room. I got like a boom mic and everything. What it used to be, honestly, like last year, this used to be my bedroom, and I had like a little bookcase and like a stack of books that I would place on my desk. And then I would take this Blue Yeti and I would just get super close to it and do the entire podcast into this. I recommend these. I think they sound fantastic. Samsung Q2U is the one I tell everybody. As like I really have not heard another microphone that is cheaper than the Samsung Q2U that is past the threshold of sounding good. But I would stack the books to make them like level, because really, guys, audio is everything. What is happening? Welcome to the First Pitch Podcast, your morning podcast from pitchwizz.com. My name. See, I mean, it just like changes everything. Like this is me now, and then like, what is happening? Welcome to the First Pitch Podcast, your morning podcast from Pitch. Like, but anyway, I digress. We have some news. It sounds so much better. It's it just blows my mind every time. What is? Get rid of that stuff. What is happening? Okay, so now I don't want to show that. Get out of here. Let's see. I'm looking for first pitch, intro and outro. Get in here. Intro. I gotta remember, where do I think it's this line. Like I had this before last year. Like mute this. Is this right? What is happening? Right?
Nick Pollock.
What is happening? Welcome to the first. Yeah. So like this is the line I'm looking for, and that essentially becomes the start of it. And then I just attach this at the end. Unmute this. Make sure this is good. Every single morning. So hoping to see is Nick Pollock. Everything you need to know. No, I can cut this sooner. I'm a huge, I don't know if you guys like, I'm sure a lot of you guys are like this too. I'm so huge, always like on Control X. Like everything I do to remove things.
It is Nick Pollock, and that is everything you need to know.
Beautiful. Okay. So now we export it. I have this here, so I just always do that. I'm all about copying, pasting, all of that stuff. It just makes life way easier. But yeah, I feel like I personally would like to see this kind of stuff. I am very much detail oriented, and I love like how things are made. And like decisions, like certain ones that are made to make things as good as they can be. So I hope you guys enjoy me showing that stuff to you. Let me know if you have any questions about it, please. I love teaching this stuff. Podcast stuff. We go in here. Meanwhile, I got to do this. So right, you can't see this right now. But inside of Omni, I essentially copy and paste the interior of the episode every day. Because, I mean, it doesn't change. I got to upload that. Make it public. Add it to Is there anything new here that like I need to do? No, this is really simple. Oh, I screwed up yesterday because I didn't make it public. I just made it private. I uploaded it and then like didn't actually publish it. I felt really stupid. Yeah, we're good to go. So there you go. The First Pitch podcast is now live on your streams. Does everyone at PL edit their own podcast? I edit, yes. So like if you're on part of the podcast network, you have to edit your own. Like someone on that team does it. So I do Nick Pollock and Friends, which came out this morning, by the way, guys. Chris Welsh, great friend of mine. That's a really, really interesting one. I do go into more about like brand building, and like, talking about how to expand something in the internet age and whatnot. But yeah, if you have a podcast on the network, someone from that show has to edit it. I have my whole tutorial. I think in this episode of let me check really quickly. But today's episode of Nick Pollock and Friends, I think I actually link to the Audacity tutorial that I use. Maybe not. Maybe that was a different one. Maybe I did it with Mason. Yeah, I did it in Mason's. Okay. But I'm telling you that audio chain that I talk about, like, just made my voice better for the First Pitch podcast, is like a thing that is just from a YouTube video. Like, check the comments of it. Someone has it outlined, so it helps immensely. Anyway, guys, so let me know if you have any other questions here. I'm happy to continue this AMA for now. But the main things ahead, I have to write my bowl predictions article. That was supposed to be, I think that's going to come out either today or tomorrow. But essentially that's my plan for the day. And then I'm going to try and get the art of streaming pictures done for next week. I also want to do an article that's like, oh, thanks a lot for the follow. You're awesome. We're trying to get to 1,000. We'll see if we can do it. At some point I'm supposed to do like sub goals or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, if you really want to help the site and stuff and you don't have PL Plus, that's how you help us out. And you will not regret it, I promise you. PL 1000. That's like in the next millennium. That'll be like the February launch. Like, welcome to PL 1000. You'll see like a hologram of me be like, I am so excited about PL 1000. No, sorry. But I want to get out an article that's like, these are the pictures that I'm curious about in the first week that I could be latching on to, and I just want to watch to see where they're at. So like Dylan Cease is one, Carlos Rodon. I'll be giving a couple per team and being like, what are we looking for from them? Tanner Hawk, I want to see where he's at. Like the interesting guys are like, I'm not going to talk about the top 40. Yes, I'm excited about Zach Plesac and Corbin Burns, but I'm not going to change anything based on their first start or so, right? I am going to change if Albert Alzolay is like no walks, like that would be so great. Stuff like that. I want to do that. Yeah, well, that's the main thing with Dylan Cease is controlling. He had no walks yesterday and 11 strikeouts. So that's like okay. Yeah. It was against the Rockies is the main thing. Like, it's Rocky Road. And a worse lineup from Rocky Road. Like, it was just like the best situation you can think of for Dylan Cease. The homer, I know people are worried about that. Actually, I should have mentioned that in the podcast. I'm not worried about it. I do believe that his fastball is hittable, but I think his slider and changeup are too good. And it might be kind of like the book is out on Plesac in some ways of like he's extremely slider heavy and to righties and then extremely changeup heavy to lefties. But I think he can adapt. I think he can throw either one, honestly, if he wanted to. Well, yeah, that's the thing is walking guys. I think he improved his mechanics that would help Alzolay not walk as many guys. I mean, that's really the main thing I'm going to be looking for is like, is he going to continue that development? The first half of his delivery is improved. There's still a little bit on the second half. It's just about keeping the shoulder in tight. Just like a second longer, if even that. I even watched like some highlights and it was just like, it didn't even matter what the results were. It was more about like how in control is he with his mechanics, and it's much better than what I saw when he first came up and everything. So that's why I got a little bit more excited. But yeah, it's still risky. Like, you guys know this. I think you do, right? Like, tier 9 is not, go get 4 of these guys. It's like, well, no, you should probably have like 1, maybe 2, but really like 1 of them, and like keep your eye on all of them. And there's a chance that some of these work, like those are the ones I'm intrigued about first before the other ones. But yeah, you should 4 to 5 guys in the first 45 starters. Those are your rocks. Then you should probably get like Jordan Montgomery and get like, Drew Smiley or Zach Davies or something like that. Then like you have 7 starters already. And now you just add like that 1 Logan Webb or Freddie Peralta or something. And that's it. That's your rotation. Any concerns about Zach Gallen returning from his injury? I mean, sure. Always having concerns. Injuries are the most annoying thing ever because it's always like, I can't tell you exactly how it's going to play out, right? I can't tell you how long he's going to be out for. I can't tell you how he's going to perform when he comes back. It's so major question mark. Chuck, where am I from? I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised here. So I wanted to be happy in life as a 5-year-old, and I'm a Yankee fan. Davies, Davies is going to get the Pirates to start at the beginning of the year. That's why I said Davies. Like, I think he's going to do well for you. And yeah, I'm just a giant baseball fan now. Like, I root for the Yankees, but like, oh, hey, Rupert, thanks for the sub, man. Oh, no, that's Kyle. Stop it, Kyle. Oh, man. But no, I'm a baseball fan now. I'm a pitching fan. I just like, as a Yankee fan, still was rooting for Chris Sale, David Price. I'm rooting for Tanner Houck. I'm rooting for Nathan Eovaldi. I'm not a Yankee fan. That's not the case. Cubs fan. Oh, dude, congrats on 2016. Like, seriously, I really, I know it's still 5 years later, and I don't think it has. Oh my God, Kyle. What is this name? Big Baller what? I'm not saying the end of that. Oh, you're a pitcher in Indiana. Sweet. Oh man. Yeah, it's hard. That's such a hard decision. I'm sorry about your shoulder. I pitched at Brandeis. D3, not Indiana. Oh, that's really cool, man. Yeah, I pitched D3, and I remember the last out I got was a grounder to third because that's just what I do, like I was a ground ball machine. But that's really cool. I miss the game a lot. It's been over a decade since I've like actually like pitched. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I walked on my sophomore year. I remember the coach being like, who are you? I was like, oh yeah, I had all these accolades from high school. And then he looked at his assistant coach that was supposed to be recruiting and gave like a massive shrug. I was like, wait, are you serious? I could have like been here freshman year. But my high school coach did nothing for me because I don't like him very much. All right. But anyway, guys, I think I'm probably going to end this one today. I will be doing these through 10 100% in season because I have to write my streaming article. That is like the morning streamers and the rankings every day. So it's going to be, I might be as slow as I was this morning constantly. So it might actually be like till 10:15 as opposed to 10 every day. Because I think that streamer article comes out at like 10:30. So essentially that's my mornings is like 8:30 to 10:30. Yeah, I'm glad you found it too, Chuck. Good to have you here. It's every single morning, 8:30 to 10:30 or whatever. T-Rich99, you too, have a day. But yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for spending your morning with me. And here's the baseball. I'll see you guys.